Good afternoon. How are you all? Welcome to Friday Live with Lou. It's a really special day today because we have a new launch, brand new products, but sadly Helen can't be with us today. Some of you may have seen from her social media she's been a bit poorly lately, so I have the absolute pleasure of introducing to you the brand new Simply Made Crafts Vanity collection. Helen will be getting inspiration and videos up as soon as she is possibly able, and I know she has put a little update on her own Facebook page. I think it's Helen Griffin UK, so please do after this live go over and send us some well wishes. I'm sure she would appreciate those. I'm not sure if she's watching today, but if you are, get well soon, Helen. We love you and we really appreciate all the work you've put into this collection. It's absolutely beautiful. Now we do have prizes today, of course, giveaways as always. We have 3 potential winners. 2 of those I'll be announcing at the end of the hour. 2 of those are going to be from the comments. So if you're commenting even just hello to me on Facebook and on YouTube, you will be in with a chance of winning. It's as simple as that. I'd love to know what the weather's like where you are today here. Sleepy Suffolk, it's a little bit dreary, a little bit rainy, cloudy, but do you know what, it's making me feel a little more Christmassy because 14 degrees we had earlier this week and I did not feel at all Christmassy because of it. Getting in my car and actually being happy to have the window open, that's not Christmas, that's not December. I'm going to say hello, a quick hello to a few of you. Hello to Pamela Squire, she's joined us, to Roseanne as well. She's in love with the perfume bottle. Yes, I'm going to show you a few of these in a minute. This is a beautiful gift box. Okay, I'm going to show you so many of these in a moment. What I'm going to do is run through demonstrations of nearly all the die sets for you, quick ones today. Helen's going to do the inspirational part. I'm going to do the how to put them together, so stay tuned for those. Michaela's also in Suffolk. Yeah, very dull and damp today, isn't it? Lynn Parsons says, get well soon, Helen. Yes, that's from all of us. The same from Karen Allen. Rena, YouTube is a little slow, is it today? Maria Husk, she hopes that Helen is feeling better and she does miss you demonstrating today. Yeah, we all will, we really will, because Helen has such a fantastic style of demonstrating and showing her products off to their very best and explaining things. You will be able to catch demonstrations on all of these products from Helen as soon as she is fit and able to do those for you. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. I know the biggest problem is talking for an hour is enough to make anyone feel poorly with the throat and things. So absolutely best place for her is in bed and in the warm and not doing too much talking. So we have got today, I'm just going to show you a few of these examples here, and there are more of you that I can go and say hello to in a moment. We've got this perfume bottle that has been mentioned already. It is a gift box, so it will lift up. I'm just going to open it like so. So it does open, you've got the top and the bottom and you can decorate it. We've got all the panels included. It's absolutely beautiful. We've also got this vanity case, which is amazing because you've also got the dividers inside, and this can be with a lid that goes on the top or a hinged lid. You can make it with or without the dividers. Now this is really special, this one that's going to be launching, or has now launched today. It's the mini doctor's bag. Now if you saw the doctor's bag before, it's one of Helen's most popular products so far. So she just had to bring it back in the mini version. And do you know what? If I was going on a night out, I would absolutely make one of these, maybe just seal it with a spray acrylic or something so that if my wine spilt on it, it wouldn't matter. But I could do it to whatever colour I wanted to suit my outfit. How cool is that? I'm sure my daughter would appreciate one as well. A bit of ribbon maybe for the strap to make it so that it's a little more flexible. But absolutely beautiful. Again, really easy to put together. This one I love. This makeup box is so much fun. So when you lift it up, you've got your palette in there and you can fill this with whatever you want it to be. And then you can add in there, I've put a mirror in the bottom, but again, you can put tools in there, you can put vouchers in there, you can put chocolates in there. I love that. Chocolates, sweeties, whatever it may be, but a beautiful makeup box. Oh, we've got one more. We've also got the ring box as well. Now this can be in 2 different styles. Okay, this is with the larger base. It can be a clamshell type box, which I'm actually going to be showing you how to do in the first, let's do it in the first demonstration because it's a different style of box. So let's come down to my desk. I will come and say hello to a few of you again in a moment and see these die sets. So I can show you in a bit more detail like this. So this is the Mini Doctor's bag. This is the one that is ever so popular. We've then got the ring die box. Now all of these have the actual dies on them rather than what they will look like when they are constructed. So what I'm going to do for you today is I've got many of these already cut, just the bases, not the embellishments or anything like that, because Helen does give us pieces to embellish with. But I'm going to show you how to put the bases together so that as soon as you receive these home, you can get those bases, those boxes, those gift bags put together, and then you can go and do your own decorating and your own embellishments. That's the makeup palette one, so that's this one that I showed you. You can put your makeup palette in there. I don't see any reason why you can't put 2 or 3 layers of the makeup palette in as well, because it's a nice deep box. And then you've also got them, I've got the mirror in there, but you don't have to put a mirror in, you can put anything you like. Included in this die set is things like, you've got the makeup brush. You can do a number of these. It could be an artist's palette if you prefer to do it that way. You've got things like the straps and the buckles as well. So I would recommend with each of these, there's the perfume bottle, so you can see what I mean. They're actually the dies laid out rather than the constructed pieces. But I would recommend with each of these, I'm going to use hot glue, and I think hot glue is the way to go, but I am a massive fan of hot glue. But otherwise, red liner tape. Helen's a big fan of red liner tape. We all have our different preferences. And also hook and loop fastenings are going to be really helpful. I didn't have a chance to get out and get some, but I would absolutely be using them, for example, on the makeup palette here. So once you close this all down, let's just pop my palette back inside there. It slides. You're getting caught. There we go. I would be putting hook and loop fastening just underneath here, just under there, so it all closes down and secures itself. The same with the other box. I'll show you the box in a moment. So that's the perfume bottle die set. Then we've got the vanity case die set, and that's this one that I showed you. So this is the one with the hinged lid. As you can see, I've put it on the outside there, but you can have it on the inside if you want to. And then we've got inside there, you can still see some glue strings, hot glue strings, but you've got the dividers, and you can put more dividers in if you want to, but again, if you had a strap, you could use your hook and loop on that too. I think that's all of those die sets. We've also got included with these today some stamps, which you'll see. So for example, there on the perfume bottle, that gorgeous stamp, I've embossed that in gold. It's a really beautiful stamp, a beautiful sentiment to put on the front of that perfume bottle. It's definitely a must-have with this collection. You've then got sentiments. So you've got happy birthday and happy Mother's Day as well, because of course Mother's Day is early in the year, isn't it, next year? Get ahead and get preparing for that. I'm just checking the comments. Just making sure, just making sure we haven't got any issues with the stream. I hope it's okay today. It looks like it's holding out well at the moment. We've also got life is better when you're laughing. Make yourself a priority and you're a diamond. They can't break you. I love that. Along with that, Helen's also put in here some florals and some foliage. And these are absolutely perfect with this collection because look at this amazing paper pad. You're going to adore this paper pad. I'll just pop my stamp set away. I think this is one of my favourites that I've ever seen from Helen. I mean, there's a few of them that I love. A Grand Day Out was absolutely beautiful. This one is gorgeous, rich colours. You've got the look of metallics in there. They're not actually foiled, so you can still do all of your usual papercraft techniques with them, but the look of foiling in them as well. Look at this. So let's just run through a few of these. Bear in mind, this is my used pack, so I think right at the beginning I've got a used sheet, but they're all 12 by 12. As always with Helen, a good weight. So these are 250 GSM. You can use them for your construction, but you can also use them as I have, as you can see here. You can use them for matting and layering, and on the perfume bottle there instead. Beautiful colours, very, very feminine, aren't they? Look at that. So do you see what I mean about that looking like foiling? It looks just like it, doesn't it? You've got gorgeous roses there. I'd be fussy cutting those out. If you love your scrapbooking, obviously Helen's papers are going to be perfect for that as well. This is possibly my favourite. Team that with a nice deep navy blue. It will be perfect. Gorgeous autumnal colours in this one. Beautiful lilacs. We are repeating ourselves, but obviously I've mixed this up as I've been playing with it. So I want to make sure you see every single sheet. I think that may be all of them. Have you seen them all? I believe you have, maybe, as long as you've seen those roses, because they are beautiful. So you do get repetition in there as well. So you've got 24 sheets. That's 8 different designs. You get 3 of each design there. They're all single-sided as well, so you haven't got to worry about not using certain sheets because you want to keep the back, whatever it may be. So I'm going to pop that to the side because today I'm not going to be using that. We're going to be concentrating on constructing these dies. Now, I've just got a few offers and such to run you through quickly before we go on to the demonstrating. So as you can see here today, we have got buy any Vanity die set and get a free paper pad. That's the paper pad that we were just looking at. It's absolutely beautiful. If you buy any one of these brand new die sets, you're going to get the option at checkout. It will just pop up to get the free paper pad. Just tick the box to say yes, you'd like to add it to your order. That's with any one of these. Okay, that doesn't include the stamp set, it's just the die sets, but there's 5 to choose from. I think it's 5. The paper pad is worth $11.99, so it's well worth you grabbing that when you can. Now, because we're celebrating everything Simply Made Crafts and Helen Griffin, we've also got down here 30% off of some of Helen's gift bag items. That also includes there's a handbag collection in, there's a paper pad in there. The best way to find all of these items is to go on to craftstash.co.uk. To go to the top, we've got the carousel that has all of today's offers in, and that just spins round and round. If you click through them, because you can speed through them, find this offer with the 30% off. All you need to do is pop in at checkout from that selection, bag 30. Okay, bag 30 at checkout, you'll get 30% off of, and there's a lot of dies in there. There are lots of gift bags and such in there, but there's some other elements that are kind of related to gift bags, so go and see them. There may be some of your favourites from past collections in there as well. I believe the original Doctor's bag may well be in there, if it's still there, because these offers start first thing in the morning, so you do need to be quick. Now, like I say, we have got, of course, the prizes, the giveaways as well. So that's £170 worth of prizes, worth of Simply Made Crafts brand new product, split between 3 of you. And I will announce the 2 live winners at the end. And then if you're catching up on this, not live, maybe you're watching over the weekend, you couldn't join us on Friday at lunchtime, well, you can still get a chance to win. All you need to do is go along this week to Instagram. Now, all of you watching live, you still have the option to go ahead and enter this way as well. Besides you 2 winners, whoever you may be, you 2 winners, we won't pick you again this week. So go over to Instagram. We have an Instagram page. Find us at CraftStash. I can't remember, just put in at CraftStash will pop up. Like our page, or make sure you're following our page, and just like the post. Let us know that you've liked the post to be in with a chance of winning. The details are all there over on Instagram this week. That's the 3rd chance, and we'll pick that on Friday. Right, that is details out the way. Shall we get on with some demonstrating? So come back down to my craft desk. I'll do a couple of quick hellos for people who are just joining us. Lorraine Piercy, fabulous offer, absolutely. Benita, lovely die sets they are. Susan says wonderful offers as well. Elizabeth says sorry she's late. You're not late, don't worry. I haven't started demonstrating. That's the most important bit, isn't it? So let's get started with these dies. Shall I begin with the ring box? So let's just show you this one. Okay, this is beautiful. Now, whether you want to actually gift jewellery in it or whether you're thinking about doing something different with it, maybe you've got some special chocolates or fudges that you've made. Maybe it's something like a bath bomb. Maybe you actually make to sell and you want to package up your goods as such in a pretty way. This is going to be perfect. Now, for each of these, or most of these, I've already cut the items, so I don't need to put you through too much in the way of die cutting today. I'll just leave that there so you can see which one it is. The ring box is really simple to put together. Now you do have, this is the lid, and this will make this kind of clamshell piece. I'm going to do another one of these because when I put this one together, that is one of the lid and one of the base, which is a really nice simple rectangle piece, but it's got quite deep sides, so that makes this sort of box, again, absolutely perfect if you're making some homemade goodies to give to people. Maybe you've bought some jewellery from a crafter's market or something and they've just come in a little bag and you want to gift them a little more professionally, should we say, this is going to be perfect. But you can also make it into that clamshell box. If you're giving a ring or earrings or something, it would be absolutely perfect. You could even make it look like red velvet if you have the right paper. Everyone knows what comes in a red velvet box, don't we? Something really special. So I have already cut one of the lids. Now, to make the clamshell box, you're going to want to cut another one of the lids as well. So I'm going to do this from the same colour. So simple to put together. I've just got my die cutting machine here off to the side. So I'm running through, and I'm using a cardstock that's around about probably 250 GSM, very similar weight to Helen's papers. Now these dies are really clever because not only do they cut out the shape for you, they also put all the score lines in for you beautifully. So all we need to do is just mountain fold every one of these score lines, and there's little tabs as well. As you work your way around, you'll find there's also corner tabs here. So you'll need to fold those down too, like so. So just work your way around. You don't tend to need a scoring tool or a scoreboard with Helen's products because the die does that work for you, and it does it so well. If you're going through a really thick material and you find you want slightly deeper score lines, you can of course go in and make those with your scoreboard, but in general I find you never need to with Helen's. They're such good quality. So is that all of them? I think that's all 4 sides. So I've just rolled down all 4 sides. Now I did say at the beginning that I absolutely do recommend using a glue gun. Now this glue gun that I know I saw earlier in the week was on offer. I don't know if it's still on offer, but do go and check it out because they had the glue gun from Sizzix plus the stand for something ridiculous like £17.99 or £18. If it's not already sold out, and if it is still on offer, then you've got yourself an absolute bargain. Now, I definitely recommend go and grab that. Now, all I'm going to do is add the tiniest little bit of glue to each of these corner tabs. Now, you should know me by now. I do have Teflon fingers. I do just wipe away any excess hot glue. Please don't do that if you're new to using a hot glue gun because it is ever so hot. So in the interest of keeping everyone safe, just put the tiniest little amount of glue on each of the tabs, fold the tab closed and just hold it for a second there, and don't wipe it away like I am if you put too much on there. There we go. So I've just done those 4 corners, and now I'm already starting to get that domed shape. And then very easy on each of the corners, now you have a straight tab rather than a diagonal, and we're going to do the same, just going to work around each of the corners. The beauty of using hot glue is that it just dries so quickly. When you're working with anything in construction like this, like most of Helen's dies are, you do want things to dry quickly because you don't want to lose its shape. You want things to just hold super fast so you can move on to the next stage, like the decorating, which we love doing as well. The beauty of the papers that Helen's given us is that inside each die set there are mats and layer dies, so you're going to be able to easily create your base from a nice plain cardstock, one that you know is really sturdy, and then decorate your heart away with any of her beautiful floral papers that match. So do consider that when you're thinking about the paper that you're using, the cardstock that you're using for your base. Have a think about the pattern paper you're going to be using. As I have here, I've used a nice deep pink that works really well with one of the pattern papers, but we'll come to those bits in a moment. Now, each of these has a slightly longer lip on one side. That's this one. On one of these, we want to cut this away, just on one of them. Now, it's easier if you do this before you glue it together, of course, but just snip along that score line, take that away. And then we're going to use the long tab on this one to just tuck inside and glue to where that tab was along there. So I'm going to put my hot glue just along there. I'm going to just feed this in. I'll go back and look at the comments in a minute, and then I'm just going to use my finger in there just to push that against that wall, making sure that's nice and flush there. And then if we just tuck these tabs in, so these tabs are made so that it stops where it needs to, just like so. Now, if you want this to be a little, I think of Pretty Woman when I think of boxes like this that open and close. I think of that snapshot. So I think in that case, you need to have a magnet on there. You can get yourself craft magnets really easily. You can even get craft tape, but if you want a good snap, definitely get yourself a magnet. But absolutely, if you want to hook and loop fastening would work just as well. But that is the main box. Now there's more that you can be doing with this. I showed you a minute ago. You do have the dies included in here to do your matting and layering. So you've got the die that will do the top square, which is what I've got there, and if you're doing the larger base, you've also got the larger panels for the sides as well, and also for this part of the base. Okay, so I'm just going to use my hot glue again. I could use a wet glue for this, but with hot glue, if you're using it for your mats and layers, make sure you spread it ever so thinly, because you don't want any lumpy bumpity bits. And that is a real word, by the way, lumpity bumpity. It is in my book anyway. There we go. So we're starting to decorate. You don't have to decorate. You could put a big bow on it if you wanted to. Now another piece that's included in this die set is just here. And this is really clever. So this piece means that you're adding a base or a floor to your box. Now this could be for maybe popping in some jewellery. So if we take a look at this, we've actually got the die that will include the slot in there, maybe to put a ring in, maybe to put a loop of fabric so you can lift that out, whatever you want it to be. There's also a circle die. So if you want to cut a circle and put something like, I shouldn't really name brands, but you know the chocolate that's wrapped in gold foil, has little nuts all over it, and it's sitting in a brown paper cup. You know the ones I mean. That would sit really well. I have tried it, by the way. It will sit really well. So if you want to just gift someone one little chocolate, maybe put something in the bottom as well underneath it, that would sit perfectly in there. So you can cut your shapes into here, but essentially what this then does is this then fits inside the box. Now, rather than gluing it in, I'm just going to place it for you to show you. So just lifting those flaps back there and popping this square in. So it's a really good tight fit as well, which is handy because you kind of need it to be. So just pop that in until that is flush. I'm going to pop those tabs back, and there we go. So we've got our box, we've got our decoration. You can do a lot more with the decoration, obviously. I'm just showing you how to put these together. We've got a nice clean hinge there, so even when you open it up, you can't see that you've got a hinge there, and then you've got your base inside. Imagine popping a couple of little holes and hanging some earrings on that. How pretty are they? Absolutely beautiful. Now I'm just going to come back to myself so you can see that I'm doing something. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Oh, lots of you. I'm just scrolling back down. Yeah, really, Benita says really easy to assemble. They absolutely are. And Karina says really quick to put together. All of Helen's items are quick and they are easy to put together. They're absolutely wonderful. Benita and I've got the same two names. You keep commenting. Maureen, yes, it is really easy to put together as well, and it is, Maria, stunning. Right, so Julie's got a question. I do like questions, Julie. So we've got, what size is the doctor's bag when finished, and the perfume bottle? So I can absolutely be measuring those for you quickly before we go on to do the next demonstration. So on mine it says it's interrupted. I don't know if it is or not. So the perfume bottle I have got, let me bring you down to my desk because I've got measurements on my desk, so you can see those. Come on down. Just pop my glue gun out of the way. Now, the perfume bottle is in inches. I'm just doing this out of the way for you, but in inches. The height of it is, it's almost 6 inches. It's not quite 6 inches. And the width of it is about 3.5 inches. So 3.5 by 6 inches. If you want to know the depth, actually, I can do the depth for you as well. It's about 1 inch deep. Okay, so that's that one. And the doctor's bag, the mini doctor's bag, it is mini, so let's see how mini it is. We're looking at, again, without the handle, so the main part of the bag is about 6 inches again, and 6 by 6, there we go. And the depth, do we want the depth? Of course we do. The depth is just over 4 inches, so hopefully that helps you and you can work that out into centimetres. I work in inches a lot because a lot of paper packs and such come in inches and card sizes and such, but hopefully you can work that out. Okay, so let's move on to another card, but let's have a look at the makeup palette. Okay, because I've got that here that I can use. So I've already cut the bases. Now within the makeup palette, you're going to have, let me just find the die set. There we go. You're going to have your lid, your base, and then the optional drawer or shelf or whatever you want to call it, the piece that sits inside and you can lift it up. I'm going to show you how to construct these three without decoration, and then I'll show you this again in more detail. So really, really easy to pop together. So we've got, the lid is very much like that clamshell lid that we just saw. Now I've actually used this time adorable scoreable cardstock for this. No reason, just like thought I like the colour, and I wanted to, with this I also wanted to make sure I used two contrasting colours for the drawer inside and the base so that you clearly see what I'm doing. So as always, I've die cut and I'm just going round and I'm just using my fingers to fold all of the tabs and such. I'm going to bring my hot glue in just a moment, and we're going to start in exactly the same way, and we're just going to glue those corners, the corner pieces that we did earlier. So hot glue gun, I do have spare glue sticks, I think I'm going to need them today. So just a tiny piece of glue onto the corner and just tuck that in. I would definitely suggest with these you use a really good strong cardstock, either Helen's paper pad, and that's the one that you're going to be getting for free when you're purchasing any of these die sets, so you'll get that anyway. But otherwise, something like adorable scoreable, which is a really good weight of cardstock, something like this is perfect for construction. Now I've just done this corner, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this corner next, and that just gives that side chance to cool down and completely set before I start fiddling around with it just for a moment. So again, the corners and then the little tabs, exactly the same as that clamshell lid that we just did, but the base is different on this one, and then the drawer again is different. So just corners and corners again. So are you all ready for Christmas? Are you planning on attempting to go to the shops this weekend? Hope not too many of you have to try and tackle that, because they're usually very busy this time of year, aren't they? Extremely busy. There's one and there's two. Don't forget as well, if you love Helen's things and you're seeing how easy this is for everything to go together and look really professional when they're together, go and check out those gift bags. Okay, details are here. There we go. Details here, 30% off some of her gift bag items. That's previous gift bags. There's paper pads in there as well. There's all sorts. So go and have a look at those. They're over on craftstash.co.uk or .us if you're over in the States or watching from anywhere else. With that, you can go onto the home page, and we have all of our offers. Now, if you want to keep up with our offers, because these do change every day, and it's not one offer a day, we have multiple offers a day. Honestly, there's probably about 10 a day at least, and that's when it's not something like Black Friday. So we have so many offers. The best way to go, the best place to go to see them all is to our latest offers tab, and it is there. I think it's usually in yellow up on the home screen. Click on that, maybe just once in the morning when you're going through your social media and such. Go and click on that yellow tab and see what's new, because very often we don't get to do lives with every new product and every offer. We have an email come out to everybody, so if you do want to catch up on all of the offers straight to your inbox every morning, and that is only usually once a day, those emails, you can sign up for the emails on CraftStash as well, so that will make sure you don't miss out. But if you do miss them, go and check those out whilst you're doing your social media scrolling with your coffee in the morning, or tea. We're very British, we have tea in our house. So this box is ever so simple. It's just the 4 corner tabs, bringing that together, giving us a nice base, a nice sturdy base as well. Now this lip here actually goes onto that's the front of the box, okay? So we've then got a tab just here on the lid, the side ones, you can just tuck those out the way. This is going to be our hinge to go on the flat side, the non-tabbed side of our base. Okay, so that means that when we put this together, that front bit it's not going to cave inside of itself, because this is going to stop it. Okay, so we're going to put some glue again. let's do it on the, let's do it on the inside, make it nice and neat. So again, I'm going to put the glue on the outside, the hot glue. So you can come back to this live. It'll be on YouTube and it'll be on Facebook, and you can just see how to quickly construct each and every one of these boxes once you've received them home. Now, just don't do like me. Make sure you look and line these up properly, like so. Like so. See, Helen makes it look so easy. It's because it is easy. It's because I'm working with hot glue. Let's add a little more glue. Let's give myself a bit more time. There you go. The less glue you use, the quicker you have to be, believe it or not. There we go. So I'm just pushing my finger inside whilst I'm lining it up and working my way along. There we go. That's better. Perfect. And on Adorable Scoreable, hot glue rubs away really easily as well. Perfect. So then we have our box. Now again, I would recommend a magnet or a hook and loop or something like that. I'm just giving that a second to dry, and once that's dry, I think I'm ready. I think I'm good to go. I'm just going to bend that backwards because we had a score line in there. We can bend it back so we can open our box up. There we go. Beautiful. So again, a really nice, neat box. You can decorate that, but we want to add inside of here, we want to add that, let's show you here, this bit. So this is like a little lid that lifts up and reveals even more inside. I've put a mirror, so it's just mirror card in there. I've put in there, but you can put all your makeup pieces on here, or you can put a mirror on here and your makeup pieces in there. It's entirely up to you, or you can leave that out completely and just have a beautiful shaped box. So let me just show you how to create that shelf, and that's using this die, the one that's got the circle into it. I'm just going to die cut that, and I'm going to do this from a different colour as well, just so that you can see what I'm doing, because it's a little bit harder when I'm using colours of the same to see what I'm gluing to what. Let me see, I'm just looking at the comments while I do this. Christine Howard, hello to you. She likes the red tape for construction. She always burns her fingers with hot glue. Yeah, it is very common. Do be careful with hot glue, but I would definitely recommend the Sizzix hot glue gun if you are new to it, because it's got a nice fine tip applicator, so you get just a little bit out at a time. Easy to work with. So that's then cut this circle in, and that's actually like a finger notch or a thumb notch, just to be able to lift up easily. There we go. You see, so we've got our hole there. Now all we'll do is apply glue along here, and then you can slot that in there, and that will sit inside of your box beautifully. Okay, so that's how that goes together. How easy is that? I'm not going to sit and glue it now because I want to get on and I want to be able to show you as many demonstrations as possible. So I'm just going to sit that in there. So you can put it down just like so and have a little hidden compartment that you lift up, just applying that glue along the base. Okay, so that is the makeup palette die set. Let me just put these away and then we'll move on to another one. Hello Val, she loves what I'm doing, great idea, thank you. Hopefully this will help you all. So when you come to create your boxes, you've got this video to come back to. You've got inspiration online in the way of photos already. But Helen will, of course, as always, she will be going ahead and doing her usual videos. Keep an eye out for those because she's absolutely wonderful at doing those, isn't she? Now this is one, this is so popular, it really is. The doctor's bag, the mini doctor's bag. This is a beautiful one. Now I've got this gorgeous paper from Helen's paper pad, that one that you're going to be getting for free. That's worth $11.99. It's a 12 by 12 paper pad. This one and some plain black cardstock, and I've used really sturdy cardstock for this as well. Now what I've done is I've cut 2 of the large rectangle panels and 2 of the end pieces. Within this die set, it's quite self-explanatory. When you look at this, you can see you've got the large panels, you've got the 2 end pieces. So you need 2 of each. Let me show you how this looks when you first put it together. Can you believe we've already done 35 minutes? How quickly does time go? Right, the first thing you need to do is, I don't know if you can just see there, there's actually a score line. I'm not sure if you can see there. Let me just fold that for you. There we go. There's a thin score line on one end, and then there's a wider score line on the other. So what we're going to do is line up the 2 wider score lines on each of the long panels and glue those together. So hot glue, okay, as always, a nice quick line of hot glue down there. Place this over, and that just makes us a really long piece. This is going to form the base and the front and the back of our bag. So you can see already that shape starting to come together. So now we need to fit the side panels in. These again are really, really easy. So we've got teeth in here. We need to fold these in on the corners. So these 2 corners are the base. And then we've also got a tab at the bottom and a tab at each side. So I'm going to start by putting glue on the base. I think I've decided black cardstock's not ideal for me to use for these demonstrations. Lesson learned. So I'm just going to place this in the centre, just like so, over the edge, over that join there of the first side, and then I can do the same for this one as well. Now you don't have to do these both at the same time, you can do one and then the other, but repetition is the easiest way to remember something, did you know? So again, flat side. So now I've got my teeth facing inwards to my bag each time, just doing a line of glue across the bottom and just placing this in the centre over that line, just on the edge of the bag there. And then what we're going to do is work our way round, applying glue to these teeth, or rather than applying it to the teeth, it's actually easy if you apply a line of glue along the edge and just roll like so until you glue. So hopefully you'll be able to see this okay. I'm applying my glue along the edge. I'm not doing too much at a time because I want to make sure I can see what I'm doing and I can line everything up before the glue dries. Okay, so just like so. Leave that to dry for just a moment while I do this other side as well. Just along a little way up there. And then bringing this in like so. There we go. Okay, we need to do this and the rest of the tabs to each of the 2 sides. So it's a good time for me to remind you, if you're sitting merrily watching and you've not yet commented at all, get commenting, because that could mean that in a few minutes I could be calling your name out just by saying hello to me or telling me which of these you like. Which of the die sets do you like? How much? We love to see Helen demonstrating, and we're looking forward to her feeling much better and being with us again. We'll definitely schedule in a live so she can show us. But Helen is really good at keeping up with videos on YouTube, showing us inspiration and how to, and doing lives on there. So hopefully it won't be too much longer before she's there and giving you inspiration with these. But wouldn't it be good if you could craft along with her in her videos? Have them to hand already. Purchase them now, ready for when she's all better, and you can craft along. There's nothing worse, is there, than seeing an amazing craft video and then realising you don't actually have the tools to do it. So get them in now. There we go, nearly round. Just got this last corner to do. It kind of holds its own shape to start with. And there we go. Just bending around the corner there and squeezing that in, trying to keep it as flush as possible. There we go. And the last little bit. Now I'm not going to do any more to this bag. This is just to show you how to put the base together, really easy. So we've done those 4. So we've got the front, we've got the back, then we've got the sides. Now the sides also have 2 diagonal score lines in. So all you need to do is bring in on those score lines, bring those inwards, okay? And that's going to create the shape for you. So there's one, and the same on this side. Nice and easy. Just fold them in along the line. Here's a tip. Just fold them. Make sure you do fold them before you put it together. There we go. So then you can join the 2 tops together and you've got that shape. Okay, nice and easy. And you can of course go ahead and decorate any way you want to. Definitely, I would say your hook and loop fastenings for these, because you can then go in and add buckles over the top, so you can bring them over the top, add the hook and loop to the top, so that all opens up. And look how much space you've got inside of there to be putting gifts and things. Huge amount. So that's really easy, and again, that's how that one goes together. Now, how long do I have? Oh, okay, so I've got 20 minutes. I can definitely squeeze in one more demonstration for you, just to show you how to put something together. So that will be 4 of the 5 die sets. So let me pop this away. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning after the live, if you're not watching this live, don't forget we have our Instagram competition. So the Instagram competition is simple. You just need to follow us on Instagram. We're simply there under CraftStash. And there's a post on there talking about winning this. It's easy to spot if you scroll through our feed. So you'll be able to see that really quickly. Just comment on the post to tell us, or do whatever it tells you in the post to do. I'm just going to move these because these are a little bit casting shadows. Okay, now this one I've chosen to show you because A, is really, really popular, but also because this construction, it took me a little while to understand. So at least when you get this home, you'll be able to see how to put this particular one together. So you've got the front and the back of the perfume bottle. Now this is made to be a gift box with the lid and the base, okay? So you've got the front and the back, and you've got some side strips. Now these are actually for going around the lid, okay? So this is why I've decided to show you this part. It's not going to be a full demonstration at all. I'm actually going to be mentioning, where you can see all of the inspiration in a moment, but I've die cut some pieces for you to explain. So when you get it home, it's super easy. Now, the first thing you need to do is decide between the dies. Now this is the front and the back, but one is ever so slightly larger, and I'm talking by millimeters, ever so slightly larger than the other. Okay, you can probably only just see the difference. So lay them together, or cut out a piece from each and lay them together, and work out which is the largest. So for me, it's this top one by millimeters. That's going to be the lid. Okay, so I've cut the lid, and then I've also cut from the strips. You've got, let me just put these at the right height. One is ever so slightly longer than the other again. And again, we're talking millimeters. So you then want the longer strip to go with the larger piece. For each one, you're going to need, I think for each lid and each base, you're going to need 8 of these funny little shapes that come in this die. So cut this twice for the lid and twice for the box, so 4 times in total. And that will give you these little tabs. So putting this together, I'm going to turn it upside down. If you're worried about having an upside down, we're going to first of all fold in each of these tabs, not including the one that's the lid there. And this will give you straight away that shape of the perfume bottle. Okay, really pretty. On this one, you also want to fold in your tabs like so. Nice and quick. Again, really good strong cardstock, and it's scored absolutely perfectly. But you also want to fold down all of the score lines that are going across the strip as well. Okay, and they of course are in line with those tabs. Now, as you may notice, when you start to fold this up, you can actually create that bottle shape with it. We go in there, in there, in there, like so. So this is going to sit onto your bottle neck, your bottle lid as such. So we'll do this first, and then we work around the rest of the bottle. Hot glue again. Now I'm coming to the very center tab on this strip, and that's the longest piece, and I'm going to apply glue to, hang on, let's just push my glue stick in a bit further. Apply glue to this center tab and put that onto the underside of the lid there, like so. Okay, and then you can work your way around, moving this lid so it follows the line of the lid on the lid on the lid, the perfume lid on the lid of the gift box. Okay, folding in each tab, and I would definitely say just do one tab at a time. Apply a little bit of glue, bring your tab in, Make sure it's lined up from the outside. The outside's more important than the inside. Make sure that sits nice and flush on the outside. And hopefully you can see how, very roughly, how this is going together. There we go. And I've got one more to do on this end. Just like so. There we go. Okay, so there, hopefully you can see how that has started to form the shape of the lid for the gift box that is the perfume bottle. So I'm just going to look at a couple of the questions. Oh, Janice Williams, it's your birthday soon, so you're going to give some hints. She's raised £80 at a fair for a cancer charity, making lots of Helen's projects. Congratulations, Janice, that's amazing, and such a good charity as well. Well done to you, that's fantastic. I love to hear about charity work when it involves crafting. I love to hear charity work all the time, but particularly when it's got something to do with crafting. Trying to use the code BAG30 and it's not working. Are you using it on the gift bag selection products, Rosalind, or because it's not going to work with these ones, because these ones have the free paper pad with them? It's the gift bags. If you are, send us another comment. And we've got the lovely Sky watching today, and she's going to be in the comments. Hopefully she can pick that comment up and guide you. The best way, if you're having any problems with codes, is either to email our customer services team, or you can message us on Facebook as well, and someone will pick up that comment and help you out by replying. Okay, we do get very, very busy, and we are obviously only open Monday to Friday. I think it's something like 9 till 5:30. Sometimes some people are in a bit earlier, some people stay a bit later, but that's roughly the times that you're going to be able to get hold of people, usual office hours. So obviously if you do messages at all of an evening or a weekend, you will need to wait until the next working day to get a reply. It's a little bit of housekeeping there for you. Let me see. Oh dear, Lisa Jane, she's just been down the rabbit hole that is CraftStash. What did you buy? Let us know. I'm going to work around this lid for you here, everybody, just so you can see the finished piece quickly. We're getting to the stage where we will very, very soon be having our winners. Does hot glue rub off all cardstock? Not all cardstock, but many of them. Most of them you can. In fact, I need to show you this. Where are you? Here you are. This is from CraftStash. It's a CraftStash Essentials product. It is a glue eraser, okay, and it will rub glue off of things. Now, I find something like Miracard or Adorable Scorable, because they've got the sheen to them, it does come off a bit easier. Oh, goodness me. A bit easier, but this will leave a little bit of a residue. I'll give you an example. I did get a little bit of glue on the front of this, and I don't know if you can just see there's a bit of a smudge on it, so I could keep working at that, but it's taken the sheen off. But most cardstocks you can get hot glue off by simply rubbing it with something like this. This is penny, I think it's £1 or £2, something ridiculous, like it's not a lot of money. I can't remember the last time I bought this because it lasts so long. It's definitely worth investing in one, not just for hot glue, but for all sorts of glues it will work with. So there you go. Hopefully that's a little bit of help. But yeah, hot glue is an amazing tool. Right, so I have got some glue strings in there. Now I would definitely recommend, and this is just a little tip. Now you've got two ways you can do this. Inside here, we have a matte and layer piece that's going to cut slightly smaller than the shape of the base. It's actually that flowery piece on there, okay, that light green panel there. You could cut one of those and put it inside here once you've done all your gluing to hide some of the workings. I would suggest though cutting a whole one of these and snipping the tabs off and gluing it inside to cover everything up. I just think that would be the neatest way of covering up the workings inside here. So now you've got that lid on there. You're going to do the same for the lid and the base. Don't forget the base are the two smaller dies. We've now got a tab here that's going to join to this first tab here. Nice and easy to use. There we go. And you'll do the same on the other side. A little bit of glue here. Can you start to see this perfume bottle coming together? There we go. And then these come in. So these have a score line down the middle, and you're just going to, I would say again, glue one side and then the other, and these are going to sit between each one of your tabs around the edge. So can you see that? I've just glued that there, and I'm going to apply glue here. It's ever so dark, isn't it, this cardstock? Definitely lighter cardstock's the way to go if you're doing craft videos, I believe. There we go. So that brings that nice and neatly. So you'll do this all the way round with your tabs. And like I say, I think you need 8 tabs for each one, and you'll have this 3-dimensional shape. See my glue bits there. So if you do have hot glue and you're concerned about the stringy bits and you seem to keep pulling them off and more appear, get your heat gun, just give it a blast. All of those little stringy bits will just shrivel up. They'll just disappear, honestly, they really do. Right, so what I'd like to do is just very quickly now, I've done those. Before I announce my winners, I'd like to just go through the products once more for this collection so that you can see everything. If you're just joining us, you'll know what is in which deal and what goes with what. So the first thing is, oh, it squeaks. There's air in there. It's not me, I promise. So the first one we've got here is the perfume bottle die set, and that creates this 3-dimensional perfume. This is just the lid. As you can see, I've got the base here as well. It is one of these shapes that you do need to just manipulate a little bit. There we go, to get that on, but it's not too difficult, is it? You could potentially maybe make this so that it's hinged or something. You know, you're crafters, you can probably work that out if you want to. Beautiful, and with that stamp set it just works so well, and with the papers. So there's the perfume bottle die set. Then we've got the ring box die set, so that creates either a ring box or a box that is this sort of shape with that lovely faceted lid, or you can do the clamshell type box which I showed you earlier, and you can even put a base in there if you want to, or you can remove the base and have it as a nice deep box on either of them. Doesn't matter. By the way, this base does fit inside here as well, so you can mix and match. So you've got those, that's that one. Then you've got your makeup palette die set. This is that one that I put together for you with that lid inside, and that, once decorated, can look something like this. So we open that up and we see you've got the makeup inside, and when you lift that up you've got the mirror inside. You can put your tools in there, you can put chocolates in there, whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. You can mix and match where you put this lid if you want to. You don't have to have it in at all. So that's your makeup box. Then we've got the mini doctor's bag. Now this is one of, or the enlarged size, the normal size doctor's bag is one of Helen's most popular products. And this is now the mini one, so 6 by 6 by 4 inches this one comes out at, and you can make this in any colour you want to. You can play around with switching up the straps and the buckles and the pocket or the zip there. It's obviously a faux zip. Unless you're really clever, you could put a real little pocket in there, and the handle as well. You know, have a play and make it your own. And the last die set that I want to show you is the Vanity case die set. We didn't get time to demonstrate this. Really easy to put together though. You've got the lid, and the base is this sort of almost a semicircle shape. The wider tabs, that's that one and that one, are for your base, and then the thinner tabs are to go around your lid. And then you've even got things like hinges, and you've even got, these are your dividers. With Helen's dies, there's always instructions on the back for everything. So with this, I love this because you've also got the instructions to create a box and lid, or to create a hinged lid, and then to add dividers. So you've got all of those different options for creating things like this. Now there's also, of course, the stamp set too, so don't forget that. Beautiful stamps, clear stamp set that you can be using with this collection or completely on its own. And lastly, if you're purchasing any one of these dies, you're going to get the option to pop this paper pad into your basket. It's worth $11.99. And it is absolutely beautiful. It's a 12 by 12, it's 250 GSM, gorgeous, gorgeous papers. You can see mine is very well used. They are absolutely stunning. I keep getting repeating ones. When I try to be random, I keep getting repeating ones. But look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I think that's the only one I've got left of those because I love it so much. So they're the papers, and you'll get that pop up at checkout when you put any of these dies, these vanity dies, into your basket. If you love Helen's products, you can now get 30% off of some of the gift bag items. They are in a separate selection. They are not these dies, but they are dies from previous collections of Helen's. If you go to the tab on the homepage of CraftStash, you can click on this particular offer with the 30%. Use the code BAG30 at checkout. Hopefully that code is working. I know we had a query about that, so fingers crossed that's working. Use it on the correct products and it should be all okay. Fingers crossed. Do let us know if you have any issues with that. But I now have for you some winners' names. It's the best bit of my day, is announcing winners. So these prizes, there's going to be 2 bundles coming out to 2 of you. What we need you to do is to give us your postal address so we can get these out to you. They're going to be bundles of brand new Simply Made crafts, okay? So just so you know, if you're thinking about purchasing and you are a winner, it's going to be a paper pad, it's going to be the stamp set, and then there's 2 die sets. I can't remember the die sets. I apologise, I can't remember. But if you really need to know, when you send us your postal address, let us know. I'll get back to you, and then you can go ahead and buy the other items if that's what you want to do. Okay, so on Facebook, I'll do a little drum roll. It's a silly little drum roll, but there you go. From Facebook, congratulations to Karen Allen. Well done to you. Please send us your postal address. That is either by messaging us on Facebook or by sending the customer services team a message and just mention that you were announced as a winner, and they send it through to me. And then we've also got on YouTube. I've not really been on YouTube much today. I apologise. I've not really seen your comments. Must do better. From YouTube, it is Linda Worth. Well done to you as well, Linda. Congratulations. Again, please do send us your postal address. So we have one more chance to win. If you didn't win, if you weren't Karen or Linda, please do pop over to our Instagram page. Make sure you're following us. And even if you're already following us, just comment on the post that allows you to enter to win another bundle. We'll announce that, or we will contact you on Friday, next Friday, or just, no, we won't, because that'll be Christmas Eve, but it'll be just after Christmas. We'll contact you and let you know that you're a winner, but we'll be closing entries on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, that reminds me, next week. Okay, so next week is going to be a little bit different. I've got another brand new launch, and it's going to be with the lovely Claire Rowlands. I'm going to be in the studio with her on Wednesday the 22nd. Now, I'm going to say we're going to stick at early afternoon for the live. It's not being confirmed yet. I just need to check that Claire can get there for the right time. So keep tuned to CraftStash social pages so you can keep up with when the event is. But please join us, because she's got an amazing new launch. Now, I have to say, it's from one of her, it's kind of like the second installment of one of her most popular collections. You're going to absolutely love it. I know I do. I've been playing all week with it. I will see you there with Claire. Plus, we might be throwing in another sneaky live just before Christmas as well. Stay tuned for all of that on all of our social media platforms. And I hope all of you have an absolutely amazing weekend. Now, whether you're Christmas shopping or whether you're actually relaxing, thinking, I've got it all done, it's amazing, and you're just crafting, let us know on social, send me a message, whatever it may be. But have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next week, certainly on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.